So there's a video that I really been wanting to do, and there's a slight story behind this. If you just take a moment, so I'm gonna show you this picture real quick. Okay, so stand by. So this house right here is a house in my neighborhood. For a while, we haven't had anything building in our neighborhood, but all of a sudden, this particular house decides it wants to come up. So my wife and I are strolling by, and we drive by, and go into our house in and out, and we see this particular house coming up from the foundation and everything. So they're picking it up really fast. This thing's coming together, and it almost was like I said, "Man, babe, I think this thing's going to be built before the beginning of the year, before the year starts." She said, "The way they're moving, it may just work." And so recently, I drove by because there was so much movement and growth and development in this particular house. I go in there and I see it, and there's nobody on the roof, nothing being done to it. There's nothing being built on the sides. There's no walls and different things like that. And so I begin to look at it and I say, "What is going on? What is going on with this house? It's like, did they abandon this particular house?" And what ends up happening is I realize, and it hit me. I'm looking at the outward growth, but there's development still going on with the house. The development was in the inside of the house. So I'm looking at the outside of this house, and I'm gonna give you a better look at it if I can give me a second. So put me in the corner. So I'm looking at this house, right? And I drive by, and I realized even before the windows and everything got in there, I said there's work being done on the inside. And I'm gonna tell you why it blessed me. Because a lot of times people don't always see the growth. You ain't bust them to the white meat. You ain't cussed them out. You ain't flipped them the bird. You ain't run them down when they cut you off. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you could have did, but you didn't do. And so a lot of times we get those things, those on the outside. But then there's things in the inside that we're dealing with. Thoughts, mindsets that we're overcoming. And a lot of people are focused just on the outside on what they see. But right now, there's still growth and development. And what we can't despise or we can't neglect is the inner development and the inner growth of what we're doing. So, yes, we're working on our bodies. Yes, we're working on our skin and our health and how we present ourselves to the world and others. But we also need to continue to work on our inner man, how we see life, how we perceive things. Having a positive mindset, it makes all the world of difference in your decision making. And so, how we begin to see things need to begin to modify and change. And if they are changing, that's what we need to see is a change coming from the inside out. And ultimately, we'll be able to see God's work in action. So, this whole thing just blessed my heart because although people don't see the outside growth, there's still development going on in your inside. And so we got to continue to work on the inside inner man. So whether they see it or not, we're still becoming the best version of ourselves. We're still becoming the children that God has created in the earth, and that God ultimately can be proud of who we are. So listen, I hope this bless you. It blessed me. Have a wonderful day and continue to work on your house, work on your soul. The body is the temple of the living God, and we house the spirit of the Holy Ghost inside of us. We are God's creation. And so you work on the inside, work on the outside. Your mind, your body, and your soul. Listen, that's all I have for you today. Have a wonderful day. Peace.